always up to something. But instead of paying attention to what's going on in other countries, maybe we should pay attention to what's going on in our neck of the woods. See if we can help those people that are closest to us. So they're gonna talk about I guess let's find out what kind of state of emergency they got in California. Let's see what's going on there, guys.
California lawmakers and
Let me.
the governor are now
There we go. Okay, yeah, we got about it. Y'all should be.
appealing to the White House to make a disaster declaration. Authorities say they are making progress tonight and may be able to avoid a catastrophic disaster. There is desperation to find a solution to this crisis. The tank is located in a densely populated area just miles away from two Disney theme parks, Angel Stadium and Knott's Berry Farm.
Whoa. Okay. All right. So, if you didn't know, there's a tanker in California. It has some epoxy material in a tanker, and the tanker is leaking, and it's very toxic fumes, sort of like what we had here in Conyers, Georgia, where different material. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of different material, but this material is what they use on windscreens for fighter jets. And it's done by GKN Aerospace in Garden Grove. I did not know that Knott's Berry Farm, Disneyland, Anaheim Angel Stadium is over there. I don't know what Christ Cathedral is. I guess that's just some popular church, I guess. I'm not sure about that what that is, but let's see what they got to say about that and this tanker here. So
And Knott's Berry Farm. At least 50,000 people in Orange County have been forced to evacuate their homes and seek residence in temporary shelters. And the mayor is warning residents not to ignore those evacuation orders, calling this a very dangerous situation. ABC's Jacqueline Lee leads us off from the
there's a potential blast zone, and I don't know if y'all saw, but the guy was sitting. He was sitting at Ocean View High School, and I guess they put pots and stuff out of the area. So, what would you do? What would you do if this was near you, or if maybe this is near you? Maybe you're listening to me and you're just on YouTube because you're in a cot in a high school. If you're there, definitely, man, reach out to me. I definitely want to find out what happened, how you're coping with it. It's one thing to have a home and not be able to go to it, but man, geez, man, that's rough there. So let's continue.
this a very dangerous situation. ABC's Jacqueline Lee leads us off from the command center.
Tonight, progress in the desperate efforts to prevent an environmental disaster in Orange County, California. Crews able to get close enough to that unstable 7,000-gallon tank full of hazardous liquid, finding a potential crack, offering a glimmer of hope.
Why would this be a good thing?
So the thing about the crack is what we're looking for. It's going to relieve pressure. We want the pressure relieved out of that tank.
He goes on to explain there could still be an explosion, just not a catastrophic one. For days, officials have feared the tank would either explode into a fireball, igniting nearby tanks, or the methyl methacrylate, a highly volatile chemical inside, would leak out. Even short-term exposure could cause skin and eye irritation and breathing problems. More than 50,000 residents remain under evacuation orders. 2 residents filing a class action lawsuit yesterday against GKN Aerospace, the company in charge of the tanks. And tonight, the governor requesting President Trump issue an emergency declaration to support response operations. The EPA.
Oh Lord, here we go. Look at this. Look how you're looking at him. Look. It's a face down. Look. I, okay. We're not gonna say much. We're gonna finish this up.
Response operations. The EPA saying it has been monitoring air quality since Friday.
We've been involved in the modeling of different scenarios. We're being told that the tank will fail but there are different scenarios as to what that means.
The evacuation area is a densely populated area and is not far from several major area attractions, including Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, and the Angels Stadium. The Angels going ahead with a game tonight against the Rangers. Officials insisting the areas outside of the evacuation zone are completely safe.
Wow. They're gonna go ahead with the Angels game. I mean, guess you gotta live life normal and go to the baseball game. I don't know if I'd be going to the baseball game. I'd probably be trying to get out the area. But I think it's been about a couple of days now. They've been dealing with it. So maybe they'll I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. But if you were in this area and you've been affected by that, I feel bad for you. I do, seriously, because no one wants to leave their home. And me living next to tankers and stuff, I understand, because there's tankers close to where I stay. So it could be a blast zone here. I would definitely be the first one to need to get up out of here instead of just waiting to see what's gonna happen and if it's going to explode. Thank goodness I'm able to get out of my house and wonder about if I need to. But if this is something that affecting you, man, hit something in the chat, man. Let me know, man, how y'all feel about this. Y'all feel like, I got a lot of conspiracy theory friends, so I know most of you guys probably, if anytime something got to do with the aerospace and you're dealing with, people that are, dealing with war, stuff like that, you never know what the motive is. So it'd be interesting to find out later on if anybody, I hate to, think that there's always a conspiracy behind something. But let me know what you think about this. If this is something that affects you, let me know and hit me in the chat. All right. Get back to some games, man, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that rather just kind of play games, I'm sure, and figure out what's going on there instead of thinking about, what's going on in California, in Southern California, and how they're going to deal with this. I have no words on how I would deal. Yeah. Back to the games, man.